ਕੈਨੇਡਾ ਦੇ ਜਨਤਕ ਸੁਰੱਖਿਆ ਮੰਤਰੀ ਮਾਰਕੋ ਮੈਡੀਸੀਨੋ ਦਾ ਕਹਿਣਾ ਹੈ ਕਿ ਫੈਡਰਲ ਸਰਕਾਰ ਵਿਦੇਸ਼ੀ ਦਖਲਅੰਦਾਜ਼ੀ ਦਾ ਮੁਕਾਬਲਾ ਕਰਨ ਲਈ ਸਾਰੇ ਵਿਕਲਪਾਂ ਦੀ ਪੜਚੋਲ ਕਰ ਰਹੀ ਹੈ ਕਿਉਂਕਿ ਰਾਸ਼ਟਰੀ ਸੁਰੱਖਿਆ ਲਈ ਖਤਰੇ ਬਹੁਤ ਹਨ। ਮੈਡੀਸੀਨੋ ਨੇ ਕਿਹਾ ਹੈ ਕਿ ਅਸੀਂ ਆਪਣੇ ਰਾਸ਼ਟਰੀ ਸੁਰੱਖਿਆ ਲੈਂਡਸਕੇਪ ਦੇ ਇੱਕ ਬਿੰਦੂ ਤੇ ਹਾਂ ਜਿੱਥੇ ਵਿਦੇਸ਼ੀ ਦਖਲਅੰਦਾਜ਼ੀ ਦੀ ਗੱਲ ਆਉਂਦੀ ਹੈ ਤਾਂ ਬਹੁਤ ਖਤਰੇ ਹੁੰਦੇ ਹਨ। ਇਹ ਮਹੱਤਵਪੂਰਨ ਹੈ ਕਿ ਅਸੀਂ ਰਾਜ ਨੂੰ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਸਾਰੇ ਸਾਧਨਾਂ ਨਾਲ ਲੈਸ ਕਰੀਏ ਜੋ ਸਾਡੀ ਸੁਰੱਖਿਆ ਲਈ ਸਾਡੇ ਰਾਸ਼ਟਰੀ ਹਿੱਤਾਂ ਲਈ ਸੰਭਾਵੀ ਖਤਰਿਆਂ ਨੂੰ ਘਟਾਉਣ ਦੇ ਲਈ ਜ਼ਰੂਰੀ ਹਨ।
Well, the purpose of Bill C-21 is to reduce gun crime. And when we tabled it last spring, we did say that we would be open about receiving an amendment to create an evergreen provision, which is a model agnostic approach to prohibiting certain firearms which were either designed for the battlefield or are too dangerous for civilian purposes. And we acknowledge that there have been a lot of concerns, as you pointed off the top, which is why we're going to take the time to make whatever fine-tuning to the language of the amendment, as well as the listings to get this right. And the way that you do that is by having a thoughtful, civilized debate based on facts and not fear. There's also a lot of other good in the bill, as you know, the national handgun freeze, raising the maximum sentences against hardened gun traffickers, red flag, yellow flag protocols, for which there is broad multi-partisan support. So I am optimistic that we will be able to work through this amendment and hopefully pass this legislation as quickly as possible in the new year. Let's take a step back to May 2020 when we introduced an order in council, which is our national assault-style firearms ban. And there are some objective criteria by which we judge certain guns either to fall into that military-style category or are too dangerous. And the rationale here is to move away from cherry-picking firearms, which can sometimes be politicized, and we want to take the temperature down. We know that there have been concerns that have been expressed, which is why we're going to support the committee in its study of this bill. We're going to engage with hunters and farmers and Indigenous peoples who have expressed concerns to make whatever fine-tuning to get this right. The bigger picture is we've got we have a plan to reduce gun violence, not only through smart, responsible gun control but also by investing $450 million over the last 2 years to stop illegal gun smuggling at our borders and to prevent gun crime through our Building Safer Communities Fund. So, well, I think the vast majority of the models that are listed and the ones that would be captured by the objective criteria in the evergreen provision would not be controversial. That having been said, again, we do understand that concerns have been expressed around some of the models that may be legitimately used by hunters and Indigenous peoples, which is why we're going to support the committee in its study of this, which is why we're going to engage. And I have been engaging with rural communities, with hunting communities, with Indigenous peoples to make sure. Well, look, we get briefings all the time about national security threats, including potential foreign interference by China, and we're eyes wide open. We're very sober about the risks that are posed by that. And as you've reported and many others, those threats exist against our democratic institutions, against our elections, against, when it comes to cybercrime. We have to be very vigilant about this. So as we have those conversations within government, we are also making sure that our national security community has all of the tools that are necessary. Let me give you a few concrete examples how we're doing that. The legislation that I introduced last spring, Bill C-26,